So you've done the research and made the decision you want to insulate your home with foam insulation, but you have terracotta block. What do you do now? Let's talk about it. Well, obviously, if you know, you know, but if you don't, terracotta block is essentially a decorative sort of masonry that a lot of people will put either on the outside of the house just to look nice, again, being decorative, or it's used oftentimes as a partition wall or to build out a walkway wall, either, you know, leading to an entryway into a garage or into a house or something like that. But essentially, it's a decorative sort of masonry. If you have this actually on your exterior walls and you're looking to have injection foam installed, what can you do? You might be wondering, is there a way, can we drill through the openings and the gaps in this decorative block to get the foam in? In theory, yes, you could possibly do that. There's several issues. One, you run a good chance of damaging some of the design, which is obviously a bad thing. And patching any of the drill holes is very difficult because you're trying to get past and through the design to patch anything and keep it level. Anything you try to work with on the outside will be very difficult. Is it possible? Yes, but it will be difficult. So what I normally recommend in this situation, if you have terracotta block on your exterior walls, have it installed through the interior. Now, yes, this does add a whole new set of complications. However, these complications are much more manageable in my opinion. Now, I say that because you will have to move furniture and clear things out so that your exterior walls are accessible from the inside. Yes, there will be interior drywall or plaster repair or whatever type of interior you have. However, that will still likely be much easier than dealing with the terracotta on the outside. Again, if that stuff gets damaged, it's usually a timely and very expensive repair, and it's also very hard to deal with anyways. So most of the time, you're going to be better off just having it done from the inside. So what does that process look like? Once you get everything cleared out of the way, typically what's going to happen is the crew will prep off the inside the day of the install, drill into that drywall or plaster, and once everything's done, they will patch and clean up to whatever you guys agreed upon. Obviously, there are many different ways on how to patch or replace or do something on the inside to cover up the access points. There's many different ways to do that, but that's the way to go. Typically, when you have this sort of exterior, that will be far easier than dealing with that masonry. This is where you really want to have a conversation with your contractor, be very detailed, make sure you guys are on the same page, make sure whatever repairs or replacing that is going on the inside, you know exactly what they're going to do and you're getting exactly what you expect. So if you have yourself a home with terracotta block and it's beautiful on the outside, you don't want it ruined, no problem. Go to our link below to our Find a Dealer page. Find your local RetroFoam dealer so that you guys can discuss how they can insulate your home from the inside. This is the Professor of Foam reminding you that building is a science.